I want to talk about Babylon Bee for a second. Okay, so the women's soccer team, right, got beat by Sweden, and I was in Sweden when it happened, and they were all celebrating like, "Oh, America lost," and I'm like, "Eh." They don't even. I don't even think they care about soccer anymore, or it's football it's football out there. So um, they lost again. All right, they lost to Canada, and I guess they haven't lost to Canada in over 20 years. So these women are losing, like nonstop, and it's because I don't even think they care about playing anymore. I think they care more about protesting. There's a Washington Post article that I have that's trying to blame it on the coach. Oh yeah, sure, it's the coach's fault. They aren't they're not used to his coaching style, so they can't handle it. I don't know. I have it up. I probably won't read it because it's ridiculous. But I love Babylon Bee because they came out with Canada politely apologizes for beating the U.S. women's soccer team. Listen, no hard feelings, eh? I mean, I love Babylon Bee. I mean, there's more too. And they had this one too, inspiring the U.S. women's soccer team to boycott scoring goals until racism is defeated. Now, this was July 21st. This was after they lost to Sweden. And it's like, maybe that's what they're going for. I mean, it's kind of brutal. So they lost to Canada. It was 1-0. Here's Canada celebrating with the United States women. Look, I mean, I love America. I want America to win. I want them to get all the gold, every gold. Like I'm rooting for America, but for some reason, this I mean, I don't know. There's something about watching this team lose now is kind of satisfying. I hate to say it because I'm happy when Americans win, and I'm bummed that they didn't win. I feel like I heard we won gold in. I don't care about the Olympics. Let me just insert that. I don't really watch the Olympics or root at all. But if I'm watching it, I'm going to root for America. But anyway, I guess we won something in Olympics. We won gold. But anyway, watching these women lose, it's like, do I really care that they lost? No, I don't. Because they've been trying to be, they're not athletes anymore. They're activists, and they're leaning way too much into the activists and not into the athletes, and you know holding up to they've won 2 World Cups. They won gold last Olympics. Like, what happened? Are they getting old? Did they stop caring anymore? I don't know. The United States women national soccer team suffered its first loss to Canada in 20 years Monday morning. The loss took the Americans out of the gold medal contention at the Tokyo Olympics. They will play Australia for the bronze medal. Canada, who won back-to-back bronze medals, will take on Sweden for first place in the tournament. Both squads will be after their first ever gold medal in women's soccer. Sweden made the gold medal match 5 years ago in Rio de Janeiro, but it came up short against Germany. The Swedes produced their 5th victory in 5 games in the second semifinal against Australia, thanks to an early goal in the second half. Canada 1, United States 0, and Canada. So this was just a video of them they won on a penalty shot, which it is what it is. Let's see, they were. I don't really care about the soccer part of this. That's like, or football, whatever, wherever you're at. If you call it football or soccer, in America we call it soccer. We got so I have to show you this Washington Post article because it's kind of like they had to like somehow make it about men. So the men's team actually did really well in a different. They won a certain. Here's them celebrating. Let's see. They won the Gold Cup final in Las Vegas recently. hours apart, continents apart. Both 1-0 scores, but the men's team won and the women's team lost. Now, this goes on to talk about how, cool the men's team, but the women's team, they have a new coach, and he basically didn't know how to coach them right. And they had a veteran team of all these good players, but somehow the coach's fault. Yeah. Where does it say? Oh, I can't find the spot. It's okay. It's a long article, and I don't really care about it. So, these women are getting basically, this is from Breitbart. Disgraceful and ungrateful U.S. women's soccer team blasted for woke protests. Now, this is just a bunch of tweets of people complaining about how they suck now and all they do is just protest and kneel for the national anthem and not even. I mean, I'm sorry. Look at this woman's face. She looks smug. She looks smug every time I see her talking about, like, she basically has this attitude of, I'm better than you because I'm protesting and you're not. Are you not protesting? Oh, well, you know, you're a pleb then. I'm so sick of hearing about these protester athlete. I don't know. They're not athletes anymore. They're activists. Like LeBron James, like holding the Malcolm X book. Like, man, he was a good man. Like, this stuff in this book, he's just really smart and had a lot of good things to say, And he really made a big difference in a lot of people's lives. And it's like, bro, you sound like someone who's doing a book report who didn't read the book and is trying to come up with answers to the teacher who is grading you in front of the class. You didn't read the book, man. You're an activist, or you're being paid. I mean, I feel like these girls, they stopped caring about soccer. Oh, you know what? I gotta find the G Prime. You guys know who G Prime is? This guy is hilarious. I gotta go to his page because I saw this and I freaking died. I was very rarely do I laugh out loud, like from reading news articles, but I saw this. So this is Sweden beating them in the background, getting that kick, making the goal. She's kneeling, they're celebrating, and she's just saying, "I deserve more money." So like this look on her face, he like nails it. The vibe that she has, she exudes this like, I'm better than you. I deserve, like, I'm just better than you by saying that. It's so ridiculous. And this guy, he's hilarious. He goes by G Prime 85. Shout out to George. I'm gonna have him on my show. We've been chatting. He's fantastic. Does incredible art. And yeah, if you don't know him, you should check him out because he's hilarious. Anyway, so I'm done talking about that. There's some other stuff on his page that is ridiculous that I probably should talk about, but I probably get in trouble. Anyway, it's just some of this stuff is just ridiculous, man. These people are, they think that I care about their opinion, right? Or they think that just because they are good at a sport means that they are somehow more well versed in subjects that they have no clue what they're talking about, right? They're just told, oh, you're a celebrity now. You should use your status to like convince people to, go your way or like have your opinion. It just reminds me of The Last Dance. I don't know if you've seen this. It's a documentary basically about Michael Jordan and the Bulls in Chicago up to the last season that the dream team was together. Amazing series. I grew up in Chicago, so it kind of like hit home. I grew up watching the Bulls. I watched some of the games that they were talking about. Really awesome. But in a scene in the early 90s, Michael Jordan was approached by Democrats, and they were saying like, hey, he's another black Democrat. Like, you should say, hey, people vote for him because he's black. And Michael Jordan was like, No, like what? That's ridiculous. Like I'm not a politician. Like I'm staying out of it. Like leave me out of that. You know, Republicans buy shoes too. That's his quote directly. And it's like, "Oh, amazing." Cuz he's like, "I'm focused on the game. I'm not a politician. I don't know who this dude is. I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to tell people that look up to me to vote for him just because he's some, a black man. Like that's ridiculous. Like that's silly." And good riddance because that's what he should do. He's focusing on the game. He was the best. Michael Jordan is the best basketball player. There, I said it. You know now that that's how I feel. Fight me. I don't care. Michael Jordan, top. Everyone else below him. Michael Jordan was way up on top. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked because it doesn't matter. He focused on the game. He focused on being the best athlete, period. That was all he lived just to win. That was his sole purpose. And these people are losing it. They're like, whatever, I don't care. Now, LeBron James's movie is bombing, and everyone's like, it's racist if you don't like it. Or maybe it just sucks. Maybe it's just a terrible movie.